Okay, it's the Hot Seat Radio Show. You're with me, Sean Fortine, Mighty Max, and Daryl Terrell, school board candidate 2016. And of course, you've got local troublemaker Donovan Sadiq, though some people call me Sadiq, and I don't know what that's about, but hey, if they're not talking about you, hey, then you're not doing your job, right? So let's get into it. We're over here at the Starbucks on Fredericks, and it is cold if you got up this morning. 27 days officially until the end of the election, and if you've been listening to Donald Trump, he wants you to vote November 28th. I don't know what that was about, but okay. But no, we have officially 27 days left, and please, if you have not registered to vote, please do so. I believe you have until the 24th of this month. Early voting has started in some states already, and again, it is very important to vote, even if you do not like the candidates. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. We have a lot of information today, so let's go around the round table and let's just say hi. Mighty Max.
Hey.
How's your week been going? God, that didn't sound too good at all. I mean, I've been sick.
My week's been incredible.
Incredible so far?
Yeah, feeling good. Found out I got an A in my first session of school.
Okay.
I'm ready to start the second session.
Okay.
I'm down 12.2 pounds in September, so
Right, I've been following your page.
incredible.
Good. Me and Sean Fortine, what do you got?
Oh, I'm all right. If that's what you're asking. Not much to tell. Uneventful week.
You still hate everybody equally?
Yeah, when necessary.
Right, exactly.
When I have to call someone out on something.
Absolutely. Mr. Terrell, how's everything going this week?
Oh, it's going good. I'm rocking and rolling and marching down to finish the marathon and hope to be the victor.
Well, from what I'm hearing, it's looking very, very good for you. And let me tell you something about Daryl. I went to Lowe's early this morning. This guy gets up super early, so I don't know how he does it. He does that. He's campaigning, and he's also doing the radio show. Wait a minute. So am I. But I don't have a job, so there's a little bit different. So he does a little bit more than I do. But let's get into it. You guys are listening to The Hot Seat. This is Donovan Sadiq, Terrell, Mean Sean 14, and Mighty Max Thomas, and we are going to give you the latest and trying to keep you guys informed. Okay, so take it away, Mr. Sean.
I was going to ask Daryl first, what about that candidate that reportedly doesn't have a high school diploma?
Yeah, I wanted to go there too. There's a lot of talk about that.
I don't even think she has a degree. Carrie Finn doesn't have a high school diploma either, but she eventually went on to
get a doctor's degree.
Get a PhD. Or another lady, I don't think she's done anything since then. Isn't she running against you?
Yes, she is.
So what is your take on that as a candidate? Let's speak as a candidate, not as an analyst.
Oh, as a candidate, well, I put it this way. I applaud her volunteerism and everything, but as you're running for the school board, mm-hmm. and the whole thing about being on the school board is trying to encourage kids to finish school, get a high school diploma. If they don't have one, to go back and get their GED. And I feel that it sends the wrong message to the kids.
Well, wouldn't that be like saying, well, hell, why should I go to finish high school? I mean, this lady's on the school board. She didn't have a degree, and look where she's at. Isn't that the message?
Well, yeah, because she has every right to run, but I feel that if you're thinking about running for an office like this, where you're going to inspire kids, or they're going to look up to you, or you're going to be a decision maker, then you should went back and got your GED, then run.
Right.
Because to me, it sends the wrong message to kids that it's like we dumbing down on high school diplomas, or don't go get your high school education. And how can you inspire someone?
Right.
How you inspire kids? To say it's good that she has done, being part of the school district. It's important. But the thing is,
you got to have that paper.
You got to
some paper.
You got to have a GED. I think it's not a requirement, but you should have a GED if you're going to promote kids to get your education.
Okay. Are you saying you don't necessarily have to have a GED or anything? You should at least have an associate degree or some kind of educational equivalent to represent.
Yeah.
what's the lady's name? Her name is
Marcela Felix Lopez.
Felix Lopez. Now, nothing against her. Like I said, I give her a lot of kudos for anybody that puts themselves out there. But she shouldn't run for school board. She should run for city council, because you could be a criminal and occupy. You know what I mean? That's what you should do.
Yeah, you don't need any brains to take orders from Ito either.
Right. Like I said, you could be a former felon and a bank robber, and you could be sitting on the city council. But the school board, the children, I believe the children are our future. Thank you.
I mean, it would be, I'd be willing to consider voting for someone even if they were like a master, if they became like a master welder or something, where they accomplished something really cool like that.
Right.
And also the other thing I want to bring up for Trust Area 5 is Evan Morgan. A while ago, I didn't have a chance to talk to this, but a while ago, he was talking about how we could save all this money in our school system if we mainstreamed a bunch of special ed kids. But the thing is that the resources required to do that would require a lot of monitoring of the students, a lot of support to get them into the mainstream classes. But basically the whole thing is that what he was suggesting would look a whole lot like the existing special ed programs
that we were already involved in.
Yeah, and the thing is that with special ed programs, those kids get extra from the government to, I forget if it's the state or the feds, but the schools get extra money for them that we lose out on by trying to transition them into mainstream classes, especially if they're a big loss if we tried to mainstream them when mainstreaming in a particular subject would not be appropriate either.
Right. True. Very, very true.
I don't get why he's even is he even getting money from Highland University?
Yes, he's a white envelope recipient. Yes, he is.
Because he seems to have a very underfunded or less visible campaign for a Highland Fairview.
Well, you got to remember, Mr. Morgan is going through some family issues, whatever the deal is, and I think he's going to need to save that money up, because divorce is a very expensive thing.
Yeah.
So
last I heard, he didn't even have his kids. His wife just walked out and took the kids with her.
Yeah, and like I said, that's just what's on the table. What's the rumor is, his personal business. But
I think in this case, his personal business would have a bearing on his performance as a school board member.
Well, Mr. Morgan also has to take in the fact for the last 2 years, his language on social media, to me, would disqualify you, period. Because anybody that uses that kind of language and then wants to instruct, and I don't mean instruct in institutionally, I mean to guide the school board, is not fit to be on that school board. Because the language he used, it's almost as bad as Trump saying, yeah, we just go ahead and grab their beep, 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 beep.
At least no one's shocked that Trump shoots his mouth off colored comments.
Oh, exactly. And like I said, for those of you who think that Hillary is going to make a difference, good luck with that. Okay.
At least Trump has some sort of leadership experience, which you can't say the same for Morgan.
A good point. Very, very good point. What else you got for us, Sean? Anything else?
I wanted to bring up Prop 63. I know public safety has been a big issue in this town for a while now, and Gavin Newsom calls it the Safety for All Act, but now all the most law enforcement organizations are against it now. You got the Safe Sheriff's Association, Correctional Peace Officers Association, Police Chiefs Association, California Fish and Game Wardens Association, Deputy District Attorneys Association, and a bunch of other groups that don't think that this gun control bill will benefit the state, public safety, or private citizens, or anybody. So I just think that everyone should consider voting no on this proposition, because really it's not going to help anything, and if anything, it's going to complicate people trying to provide for their own safety when there's a shortage of law enforcement to begin with.
Okay, cool. Okay, now we are over here. Now I want to talk about something that, nobody ever asked, how's my campaign going? Nobody ever asked. Now,
Mr. Donovan, how is your campaign going?
You know what? I'm glad you asked that.
I'm really excited to hear.
Yes. Now, for those of you who wouldn't know that, of course wouldn't know, because half of my signs, my property, has been either cut up or taken down. And am I a little mad about that? Yeah, because those signs cost me a pretty penny. But at the same time, what you don't realize what you're doing is, number one, you're doing a crime. Number two, my signs were up for over a month. And people got used to seeing that sign. Now, when you cut my sign up and it disappears, as people go by it that go by on a regular basis, they're going to say, what happened to Donovan Sadiq signs? And that's going to put something in their head.
I think it also just reflects badly to the city's image to anyone passing through here when the city council's candidates' signs are all cut up. It's like, hey, what the heck is going on in this town?
Right. Now, like you guys, I don't like having signs all over the place. I think we should do like some other places and like have designated areas where we have signs and candidates can put their signs up. But unfortunately, freedom of speech and all that other stuff, which is great, and I'm all for that. But in this town, you got to put up some signs to get elected and get some notoriety. But thank God social media is coming into play.
Yeah.
Yes,
Has anyone
social
been
media.
busted for the signs yet?
No, not yet. But I haven't filed a police report because I've been sick, doing little things, and a lot of rumors about me out there and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have my own suspicions about who did it.
Right. Well, you know what? And I was thinking about that, but I'm thinking, well, his sister's signs have been cut up too, so.
Yeah, well, they're not exactly playing well.
Well, that's true too. So
I did see him out in the middle of the night messing with signs, when he did have a box cutter with him. So
Okay.
there's a pretty good probability that it's him.
Okay, but where's Matlock when you need him? Matlock would solve this, without a doubt. But speaking of the Bacas, now if you guys have listened on the radio and read the Press Enterprise, there was an article kind of talking about what actually happened in the Jesse Molina, Victoria Baca, Chris Baca incident. Now, remember, I was one of the first to report that. And I put out a fire, and the police have been stonewalling me. Now, I called them earlier this week, and I got a call. I had to call them. And, of course, what are you talking about? We don't know what you're talking about. And they said, well, we haven't released that information. So I told them, I said, hey, did you read the Press Enterprise Saturday or Sunday? The whole story was laid out, and I requested it first. So what happened? But that goes to show you that when you're dealing with city council members and people that might be in the know, I'm not saying our police department is shady, but I do what they tell you to do, and you want the facts, and you get it out there, and and of course the Press Enterprise got the story before.
Well, what I'm curious about in that article is that apparently Chris Baca was asking his niece about these polls, and apparently his niece closed her window on them because she was afraid of him. And what's up with that?
Yeah, there's got to be some
character issues are going on there that we don't know about.
Well, there's a lot of families. It says in Revelations, the mother will be against the daughter and the daughter against the mother. Am I right with that? Or I'm not biblical. Pastor Don's not here. So
a little bit different context as apply with people and their religious beliefs.
True.
I don't know something's really. I don't know what's up with Chris Baca. Something really wrong.
Well, the thing is, Chris and Jesse, they keep alluding to something. I want them to come out and just tell the story. Did they get the envelope? I mean, Jesse's saying, I got an envelope, and it's just a big mess. But before we get off the subject, I want to announce Crosswords Christian Church, and that's under Bishop Sykes. And that's at 2140 Box Springs Road, Moreno Valley, California. They are going to have on the 19th a mayoral debate, candidate forum. I'm sorry, not a debate, a candidate forum at 7 p.m. That's the 19th at 7 p.m. It's not a meet and greet. We will they will have a moderator who will ask them questions, and they will respond. The audience can write their questions down. Where did they get that idea? Anyway, down, and some will randomly be selected and presented to the candidates. And I think that's the best way to do it to control the audience participation. So that's going to be on the 19th. I got this message officially from Bishop Sykes. I'm a good friend with the guy, like the man. He's a godly man, and whenever I need some information, I try to go straight to the source. So Bishop Sykes, if you're listening, I love 60 Seconds with Sykes, and I thank you for responding to me whenever I ask you any questions or I have any questions. Again, that's at Crosswords Christian Church, 21401 Box Springs Road, Moreno Valley, California, 92557. Now, Mighty Max.
Hey.
You've been quiet over there. Now, Mighty Max is sitting down, and she's all bundled up in her blanket because it is cold. It's freezing out
I'm a
here.
real California girl, so I have on a mini skirt.
Okay, yeah, she has on a mini skirt. And like I said, if you are, she is single, fellas. If you are interested, she is single, but you must make how much a year?
You just have to be willing to grow.
Okay, grow
and
together.
In a mindset of wanting more.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
Not being wanting to settle.
Gotcha,
It's
gotcha.
not so bad in the sun, but we're in the shade.
We're in the shade right
there's a
now.
breeze blowing through.
Right, but you know, it is getting colder, so we will be doing this from Edgemont Studios. I'm going to name my garage Edgemont Studios, or my house Edgemont Studios, so we can
Yes.
stay warm, have a nice latte.
I support it. No lattes, hot tea.
Oh, hot tea.
I'll be making tea
We'll
and
have we'll have Belle, the one up, and my cats running around bothering us, or whatever we need to do.
cats. You have cats.
Two, all from the animal
And a
shelter,
dog.
and a dog.
I'll support the dog.
Okay, there you
Can't
go.
get down with the cat.
Yeah, Bell's pretty cool.
Right. Now, Mighty Max,
Yes.
you're our health guru. What has been up this week? Tell us what's going on and what people should be doing.
This week, people should be working on their sleep patterns.
Okay.
So it's really important, right? It's really important.
It's a lot
to
quieter
make
now.
sure-
We had some people had to leave.
Right, probably not getting enough sleep. You know, you want to make sure that you're getting enough sleep so your brain is functioning better. It's also important to rest your body, your organs, your muscles, and you burn calories when you're sleeping.
Really?
Yes, so my resting metabolic rate is 1600. So while I'm resting throughout the day and while I sleep, my body burns 1600 calories. When people don't rest, they don't get their body the opportunity to burn those extra calories, and they're probably not eating throughout the day. Now their body's holding on to everything. So tonight, instead of getting in your bed at 10 p.m. and Netflixing until 2 in the morning, go to sleep, put your mind in a nice positive state, and wake up feeling refreshed.
Okay.
Body burn 1,600 calories. For some people, that's like a day's nutrition.
Yeah.
For some people throughout the day, my body burns.
Okay,
and
but-
I can find those numbers for all of us.
Okay, but like I said, some people are like me. I'm a dead sleeper, so I sleep like I'm dead. So I don't move, and I know some people move in the night. So how do you burn calories sleeping?
It's just your body.
Body.
Yeah, your body. Like our body is naturally meant to burn calories at rest. That's why we all have a resting metabolic rate. Matter of fact, I can figure yours out.
Okay. I also heard that it is best to take vitamins at night.
I take vitamins throughout the day,
Okay.
micronutrients. So just like we need to eat throughout the day, our body also needs vitamins throughout the day. And on top of that, we usually don't absorb all of the vitamins that we take. So you're probably absorbing a third to half of what you're actually putting in because your body's not accepting it, right? Because our
Well, what
cells are
about like a big scoop of the drink mix of vitamins, like where it's not like all stuffed into one little pill?
I don't know what product you're. Which product
well,
did you say?
I've tried a few of them. I don't know. Well, just in general, are any of them better than others as far as having a multivitamin, amino acids, and stuff all in one?
It just depends. Everybody's body is different.
Yeah.
I will say that Herbalife Nutrition is the #1 nutrition company in the world. So I back their vitamins, I back their shakes, I back their.
Aren't they under a federal investigation
That
right
is
now?
about the business.
I'm messing with you. I'm joking. I don't know that. I'm just
It's
throwing that
actually
out there.
settled.
Okay,
it's
it's settled.
actually
Okay,
It is settled, and that is on the business side.
The business side of it, right.
So if you're coming as a consumer just looking to get health results, we are the #1 nutrition company in the world. We do have the best products, and your body will see crazy results from them. Unfortunately, prior to using these products, I wasn't really a vitamin taker. I wasn't really a protein user, so I wouldn't know any other products that work well for me. I just know I started this and I stuck with it.
Okay.
But every product is different, and everybody's body does absorb it.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, I'm an ectomorph, like I said last week. Why don't they have products for people like me who want to gain
We
weight?
do. I told you I can help you gain some lean mass.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
my friend, his name's Devon Roseman, gained 35 pounds of lean muscle in 4 months and has kept it on for the past 2 years from using the products after being what he called fat for 9 years, trying to gain the weight but just gaining the stomach. Because
Right.
his body wasn't accepting the protein he was putting in. I know he's walked by like
Right. Now, like I'm an older guy, so would that be good for me to put on weight that I
Yeah.
really don't need? Because, at my age, nobody wants me, That's why I got a dog. So nobody wants me.
It depends on what what you're looking for. You know, if you want to.
Well, I want her to be between 25 to 30.
That's if you're looking to enhance your abdomen muscles, your arms, your legs, that's great. It's not going to hurt your body. And you definitely wouldn't put on like 60 pounds of fat. Okay. That's where the problem comes in. You want to put on some healthy lean muscle mass and some healthy weight. I can help you do that.
Okay, so all I got to do is take a pill.
No.
What else do I need to do? Because a lot of people are under the conception if I take this pill.
No magic pill, guys. No magic pill to lose weight or gain weight. Everything is about how much nutrition you consume, right? So depending on how tall you are, how much you weigh. Like, for instance, I helped a girl yesterday. She was 115 pounds and 5 foot something. She needed 95 grams of protein a day. Well, she's looking to gain lean muscle mass. So I made sure that we built her a customized nutrition program that's going to give her 50 grams of protein per day. So that way we know that she's exceeding that protein intake. And the way it was set up for breakfast, she'd have an Herbalife nutrition shake alongside a cup of egg whites and tomatoes and spinach. And then for snack, she'd have a beverage mix, which is 15 grams of protein, 70 calories, 0 grams of sugar, tastes like Kool-Aid, alongside a piece of fruit or turkey breast or whatever. Then for lunch, she'd have another Herbalife nutrition shake alongside ground turkey on top of a bed of spinach and a small piece of sweet potatoes. And then for another snack, she'd have a can of tuna with a side of some sort of dark green. And then for dinner, she'd have another mini meal alongside of a shake. So that way we know she's getting in enough calories she's getting in enough protein, she's getting in enough nutrition, so she can then gain lean muscle mass.
Okay, that sounds great, Mighty Max. And I call her Mighty Max because this woman is built like Wonder Woman, okay? And let me tell you, Mighty Max, if people do not believe what you're saying, where can they go to look at you?
You can head straight to my Facebook, MAXX. My last name is Thomas, Max Thomas. Or you can head to my Instagram at Just Maxin, JUSTMAXXIN. I post a lot of my own results. Like I said, I'm down 3.3% body fat and 12.2 pounds since the beginning of September. Really excited to be on new journeys, and while the rest of the world is getting their fluff on, because like I shared last week, the average person is gaining anywhere from 15 to 30 pounds of pure fat.
That's right, it's cold.
Right, it's getting cold. Everybody's like, cuddle season, get you a thick girl. Right. I support the thick girls in the right places.
Well, hey, I was in Alaska for 4 years, and let me tell you, a skinny girl ain't gonna cut it. Okay?
Right, but you definitely want to make sure you're being aware of what you're consuming and putting into your body as you come into these high stress parts of the year, because people are stressing about income, people are stressing about what they're eating, people are stressing about their jobs.
Oh, when am I gonna get my kids for Christmas? I'm gonna put myself in debt.
Right, all of those things, and it's really important to keep your mental health at the forefront, because if you take care of yourself and you make sure you're budgeting and you're happy in your space, you'll attract so many amazing things into your life over the next few months.
Right on. Okay, so again, that is Mighty Max, and she's going to stay with us because we have some more questions for her. But again, if you guys need to have any questions in regards to health and fitness, that's what Max is here to do. It's Max to the Max to the Mighty Max. So she's going to be doing that. We're going to ask you some other questions in regards to young people. That's why she's here. But Mr. Terrell, you've been sitting there nice and quiet. I know you're deep in thought with the election and everything like that that's going on. We were talking earlier about, the Kevin Geyser thing. Now, what is going on? Because I haven't really got an official thing now. Have you heard anything? Because the rumor, I got to say that, the rumor is he's still on the ballot because he can't take his name off the ballot. That's true. But the rumor is he basically has too much on his plate right now to actually run. So I'm asking, hypothetically, if he does win, what do we do then? Do we go into another election, or?
Well, I think according to what the statement was, I think he said he would serve, but that would be up to him to decide. I mean, basically, if he's still on the ballot and he wins, then it'd be up to him his decision is his decision. What he does. Right.
But let's say he decides to resign and say, I don't want to do it.
If he doesn't, then it'd be up to either the school board to select a new person.
Right, they can appoint or
they have
special
an
election.
Special election.
Okay.
But you know what happened last time that happened?
Yeah.
That they got signatures and pulled the person, Gary Ball, off the
Baca, Highland
Yes.
Fairview, Tom
And-
Owings.
yes. And basically they had, and he won. He won
He won anyway.
election. Yeah.
Right. He won anyway.
So it would basically be up to him, but the process will be the school board will either decide to appoint someone or having a special election.
Okay. Now, the other person, I got a mailer from this lady that works for Highland Fairview. Her name is Tiffany. I forgot her last name. But mailers are expensive. And I don't know where she's getting her money, and I don't know what's going on with that. But to me, it seems your only other competition is these other two ladies. If Mr. Geyser has dropped out.
Well, yeah, like I said, you know, mailers are very expensive, you know. But the thing is, too, as you have mentioned, you have to get your message out. But sometimes mailers get thrown away. But,
I know I throw mine away.
Well, I don't look at mine.
Or in my neighborhood, they just get stolen.
Yeah, but it's basically like you said. It's who that person is. What will they offer to the school district?
Well, my understanding of Tiffany is she's a recent graduate of UC Davis. Now, I happen to know Tiffany because she was friends with Millie Bailey, and I've met Millie Bailey several times, you know, in passing and things like that. You know, and black folks, you know, we congregate in some of the same areas. Am I not right, Matt? Sometimes. That's correct. So we know each other. Like me and Daryl, you know, we see each other. Hey, brother, what's going on? Soul slap, clap, 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 clap. Right? I'm old school, you know, good times. You know, when the father left Good Times, that show just went downhill after that. I mean, it was just crazy. But anyway, but I remember talking to Millie that she was going to be Millie's campaign manager at that time. Now, you know, she's a UC Davis. She calls herself a community organizer. I haven't seen her organize anything in community other than for Highland Fairview. So what I'm saying is that this Highland Fairview stuff is very questionable as he's positioning candidates that are very questionable in what they're doing. And where she got the money, I don't know, because as somebody coming out of college to have that kind of money to do a mailer, I don't even have a mailer.
I don't
The thing
either.
about Highland Fairview's community organizing is that it just disappears into thin air as soon as Highland Fairview gets whatever its agenda is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, it's like, what, is she going to pull the same stunt on the school board or any other office she ever runs for?
Well, if you ask me as a political analyst, I'm looking at it like this. Okay, and me and Pastor Don were talking about this yesterday during the devotional. Pastor Don made a good point. He said, Donovan, if you lose this election, he goes, because your signs have been out there, he goes, really, because, you know, your signs have been out there, you've ran, you've got name recognition now, and with your show and all this other stuff. And I said, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And he goes, you're more of a, you know, you put on this Edgemont debate that was very successful, blah, blah, blah. He goes, so you're really building a name for yourself. And he said, basically, you are better equipped to do what you're doing. I mean, he said I'd make a great candidate. There's no doubt about that. I feel that I'm the better candidate.
Yeah, I do.
In my district. But unfortunately, it's up to the people to decide that. And he kind of agreed and said the worst thing that could happen to you is being elected. And a lot of people have been saying that have been in the city for a long time. They said, man, I really hope you lose. But these are people that can't vote in my district. So, you know, it's coming from those people. But I really feel Highland Fairview is putting these people out there so they can get name recognition so that they could run later on down the road. Do you see what I'm saying? Where it's going to go? Because, you know, it's like, well, they ran last time. It's like me. The people that didn't know me 2 years ago, they're like, oh, yeah, that's that little black guy that keeps hollering and screaming, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's investigating people, and he's friends with MV Gordy, and they're Batman and Robin, and you know what I mean? And that's where people, you know, that didn't know me, once they found out after 2 years, like, oh, well, this guy's, you know, he's a Highland Fairview guy, you know. And then now I have a better following.
Well, it's like you're saying, you want to make better the Edgemont. That's the whole thing, the passion you have. Whether it's like me, you know, whether I win, lose, or draw, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to counsel me. I'm still going to put my input in. I'm not going away. Right. You know, I just continue to do it because I want to make this place a better place.
Right.
I want to make it where people have a future. So, yeah, it's like you're saying. We're here to stay. I'm not going to go away. I haven't gone away in 25 years.
Right.
I'm still here.
Well, I'm going to say this. If I do not win, I'm going to burn this sucker down. Okay, no. If I don't win,
It's
honest,
rigged. You
no,
understand?
yeah, it's rigged. No, if I do not win, I've ran twice, and I really think that it's time for younger people, younger candidates to start stepping up and doing that. And I'm going to put myself in. I'm not going away. I'm still going to do this show and do what I got to do. But as a candidate, I have other things I would like to do. And I think this show is very competitive in getting our message out and getting candidates out, because now what we're doing here, if you don't get the news from Edgemont endorsement, you know, I mean, it's not a big thing, but it's a pretty big endorsement if we get behind you as a candidate and say that's a good candidate, and that's a good candidate. So, because, you know, we do a lot of investigative stuff and keeping these guys honest. So it is what it is.
The true meaning of journalism, to be a watchdog.
Yes,
To
a watchdog.
inform.
Exactly. See, this is why we got this young person on here. She can see it. See?
The one person we haven't really talked about, it's a good candidate, is Jordan Scholes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's not trying to throw out, he's going to go do this and this and this like he's some sort of banana dictator that can do all these things laterally. He actually understands that his job is going to be more like to sit and listen and almost like more like arbitrator.
Arbitrator, exactly.
And he's actually been involved in the school district for I don't know, he has 2 grown daughters now,
Right.
and they've been in the school district all their life, and he's been involved with their after school activities. He's actually has, unlike Evan Morgan, he actually has the experience, and he actually has the personality and temperament that would actually be good for that
And experience,
job.
right? Wait, and he's in Area 4?
5.
Or he's in Area 5? Okay, let's take a consensus right here, right now. Raise your hand if you're for endorsing. This will be our first endorsement.
Yeah.
George Scholes for school board.
Oh, definitely.
All right, it's unanimous. News from Edgemont, the hot seat. We endorse George Scholes. He has made history. He is our first official candidate endorsement. So if you are undecided about who to vote for, you definitely don't vote for Evan Morgan. Now,
Or Ruthie Goldcorn.
I just saw her sign down the way. Nice paint job. Nice paint job. I think she did it by hand with the stencils and everything. It's really good.
Maybe she ran out of money from all the businesses she was suing.
Well, hey, it is what it is. Now, you have 2 other people here. We don't want to be biased, so Daryl, I'm sorry. We cannot endorse you at this time because you are on the show. So, as for me, I get no endorsement. I mean, you already got the Teamster endorsement, Daryl, so you don't need an endorsement because you got endorsed by the People's Union. Okay, so for me, I don't really need an endorsement. I'm endorsed by my mama and my dog and my cats, and that's all I really need. So but
True love.
One love. So Daryl, but we support you in unity, but we don't want to be biased because people are going to say, "Oh, look how biased they are. He's on the show, so he gets an endorsement." So unfortunately, Daryl, we cannot endorse you openly and publicly, but meet me around the corner, a white envelope for you. Okay, so
Not a very thick one, but
yeah, it's not very thick. Okay, yeah, I think it's a Snap card or something like that.
Oh,
You could do
okay.
that.
That's cool.
I mean, hey, you can always go to Winco and get some groceries. I think $800.
Oh,
No, I'm
that's
missing.
nice.
Yeah. So, all right, look, we're going to go take a quick break real quick, and we're going to be right back. This has been The Hot Seat. We are here on Fredericks off Day Street. We're here every Wednesday, 4 to 6 p.m. Me and Sean Fortine, Mighty Max, and Daryl Terrell, school board candidate and most likely winner of the school board. And Daryl, if you do not come back on this show after you're winning, I'm going to call you out.
Win again, Donovan. Win, lose, or draw. I'm still here.
Okay, all right. You heard that right there.
I'm my own person.
I heard that. So we're going to take a real quick break, and we will be right back after these messages. All right, if you guys are looking for audio and stereo components, now Mino Stereo, right on Alessandro Boulevard. He has been in business for 26 years, supports small businesses. Nothing against the big corporations, but they've got so much money offshore that they don't need any of your money. So support local businesses. Mino Stereo, if you need hookup, I'm talking about tent, rims, audio, visual. I mean, he does it all right there, locally owned, 26 years in District 1. We support local businesses. And I'm telling you, tell him that the hot seat sent you. He might give you a discount. Then again, he might not because he didn't ask us to do this endorsement. But we do support local businesses. So please check him out. And I'm very sure you're going to be very, very pleased with what he's got doing. And Max, you're a young person. You got a lot of young friends running around with rims, and they don't know what they're trying to bump the old school and they're not doing it right. So they need to go to Minos and tell them what's up. That's right, Minos.
Me gusta Minos.
That's hey. I'm telling you, lowrider. I mean, you can't go to Route 66 and not have the right equipment.
I agree.
So there it is. So you got to do the thing. But Sean, let me ask you this real quick.
Okay.
How's the Bible study going? You got anything you want to maybe share with us? I mean, in regards to your attitude, everything's so negative in the world. How is it doing for you?
I don't want to brag about what I've been doing, but suffice to say that I get a lot from interacting with people as opposed to sitting there and listening. Just sitting there and listening to a sermon is okay, but when it's actually interacting and talking with people or helping people, and that's where I really benefit from it, and that's why I'm so big on doing this Bible study.
Right. Can I ask you which church that you might attend? Or?
Yes, the Grove in Riverside.
The Grove in Riverside, yeah. I've attended that a couple times years back and things like that, so that's really good. And we're not here to debate our religion and what we believe. Like I said, without God, nothing ever can pass. So no matter what you believe, without God in it, it doesn't matter. So, Mighty Max, what?
I attend Relevant.
Relevant?
I love Relevant with Pastor Jonathan.
Okay.
I've actually attended the Grove. They have a beautiful sanctuary. It's like going to a concert.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and they have a Starbucks.
Oh, yeah,
Or
that's
they
right.
they have a coffee shop.
Right,
They
it's
don't
like
have
a Seattle.
They have
a
a little
coffee shop.
snack
Snack area.
I always think it's cool. A lot of I don't know if this is politically correct, but a lot of white churches allow you to eat in the sanctuary.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Black churches are steeped in tradition. That's the problem with black churches. But
sipping on my tea, listening to the word.
Daryl,
I do that all
what about
the time.
you?
I'm a member of Trinity Baptist. I haven't been in a while, but that's my home. That's my
your
home
church, right?
Love the church.
Okay, well, speaking of the reason I'm bringing that up is because Pastor Don, who takes the time to come out to this show and give us the devotional weekly, he is having a meet and greet the 29th of this month between 9 and 11 as he's trying to get his church plant going. And so we're at least I'm going to be there. The radio show is going to be there. I invite you guys to come out, meet Pastor Don, listen to what this guy's saying. A lot of people didn't even know Pastor Don was white. So he's a white guy. Okay, and I don't know why that's a surprise to people, but he's a white guy. So please come out. It's going to be on the 29th. And also on the 29th, they're having a meet and greet between the mayoral candidates and the school board candidates at the Edgemont Community Center, the same place that we had our event. And that's going to be between 9 and 11, and I think between 1 and 3. I think there's a break in there between, but that's being put on by a women's group headed by Dr. McBean. I don't know if a lot of people know or have heard of her, but go to her page and check it out. We'll post it here on the hot seat and hopefully get that information out. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the city of Moreno Valley, so that's one of the things. That Daryl, I don't want to put you on that spot, but are you going to attend that, or is that in your? I mean, because it's kind of late in the game at this point. But
It depending on what my work schedule is. Is that everything?
That's a Sunday.
Sunday.
It's a Sunday.
It would depend if I'm working later or if I'm working later. I probably attend, depending on what my work schedule is.
Now, here's the thing: when I proposed to do a candidate forum, I mean, I proposed this like 2 months ago. Everybody's like, "Oh no, you're not going to do that. That's not going to work." Then we do the Edgemont debates, and then, all of a sudden everybody wants to do them.
Yeah. Even the Highland Fairview supporters suddenly want them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, with less than 30 days to go, how advantageous is that going to be?
I don't know. It still might work out. I think that if you went to one that was sponsored by Highlands Fairview supporters, they'd probably be about as rigged as the presidential debates were against Trump.
Yes, that was I tell my son not to waste his life, but I watched that debate, and that was a total waste of my life. Max wants to know,
How tall are you?
I am 5'10".
5'10".
Single, ladies. I'm very single.
And so handsome.
Thank you.
He's out here, I don't know. He's out here in his biker vest, guys. With
No
his
bike.
hat.
No bike.
I was like, hey, puppy.
No bike, but hey, for that you get an extra $100 in your Monopoly money in your day there. So
Okay.
you know,
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 148 pounds.
148. And you said you were how tall?
I am 5'10".
5'10".
So, other than that, politically wise, there's one more thing I wanted to talk about when it came to politics in regards to Denise Fleming. Did you guys see the commercial, the Denise Fleming commercial?
No.
You guys haven't seen that? Well, you can go to her page. She has a commercial on there. Why would you need a commercial in local politics? But yet she didn't take any money. Remember that. I called her out on that. She didn't take any money.
Where's her commercial at?
It comes on at about 10 o'clock at night. If you're on ESPN local, it'll pop up. And I thought it was the funniest thing I ever saw because she doesn't talk like that. She sounded straight like a Caucasian. And we know she's from Chicago!
That's not cheap. She's got to get money from her.
Exactly. And like I said, I'm going to put it out there. Cheryl Brown is going to be on that 460. She's going to be, because Cheryl Brown is a good friend of hers, and Cheryl Brown gave Corey Jackson $45,000 last election period. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. All I'm saying is don't sit there and tell people you're not receiving super PAC money when you are. And that's all I'm saying. And that's one thing about this show. We're not here to dog people out. We're just here to put the facts out. If you want to dispute the facts, dispute the facts. But the fact is...
And also, I tend to be skeptical of anyone that supports just because of their race. I have no problem if she's supporting black candidates just because they're black. I see that as a problem. I mean, I'll vote for candidates of other races if I believe in what they're doing. Like I'll use Obama for example. I didn't vote for him because I don't agree with anything that he believes in or he wants to do. So I didn't vote for him. But I've strongly considered other candidates, and it just annoys me when people do that, and especially if someone that's going in office is only going to look out for certain people.
Wait a minute, Victoria Baca did that. She said she only represents certain people.
That's one of the reasons why I have such a problem with her. I have other
Right.
personal issues with things she's done, but that's one issue. So with Baca, Fleming, Chris Baca has made some big deal about Mexicans versus Venezuelans.
Wow.
About like Gutierrez is Mexican, he's Venezuelan, and quite frankly, I think that even if U.S. citizenship, if you're going to make that big deal of Mexico versus Venezuela, just go back there if you'd like it.
Right. Is this a soccer match or something?
That's a good point.
But no, let's do the math.
Yeah, because I believe the term is e pluribus unum, out of many one.
Right.
So these people are making factions when...
There's no need to.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no need to. But let's do the math. And I've said this about Mrs. Fleming's campaign too. 32% of this town is black. I don't say African American because I've never been to Africa. I'm a black man. Just like when you say a white guy, you say white, but a white guy could be Italian. He could be this, that. So you're just using a adjective to describe something about me. I'm a black man. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So 32% of this town is black. Now you take that 32% and you're running for mayor. You half that in the black community because only half of us vote. So you're actually got 15% of the black vote. Now, hypothetically, the chances of her getting all of that 15% is very slim, but let's give it to her anyway. You can't win an election off of 15% of the vote. And that's the problem with Miss Fleming. So you're going to run for mayor overall. You have to appeal to everybody, which goes back to exactly what you were saying. So we wish her luck. Again, I can't wait till the 460s come out. I don't want to know anybody's opinion on mayor because we don't want to spoil them because a lot of people do not like me. So we don't want to mess that up. But again, we have a lot of stuff going. But we got 45 seconds left in this segment.
Well, I think for mayor, I think mainly we can all agree on just go to Gutierrez.
Yes, we can all agree on that. There's no Gutierrez coming that. But see, Mighty Max doesn't care because she lives. She
Real
Right.
Super
So,
excited.
so, hey, but Sean's going to leave us as he's going to go on and take care of some business. But Daryl, you're going to stay with us, and Mighty Max is going to stay with us for the next section. Again, this has been the hot seat. We are on Day Street and on Fredericks. Love for anybody to come out and visit with us, and let's just talk politics. And this has been the hot seat, this section. We'll get back to you in just a second.